So good afternoon all students. So today we will be starting with the interesting topic, that is hypothalamus and limbic system. If you find it in your book, hypothalamus and limbic system are given as a separate topic, but I am covering it together. Reason is that in coming recording you will find that you can't separate this both part. They have an extensive connection in between, and hypothalamus is also considered as a part of limbic system also. That is why we will be discussing this. Hypothalamus and limbic system will be discussed together. Okay, there may be some repetition during in hypothalamus and limbic system. Okay, there are certain connections which we will study in hypothalamus, which are also connections, means that can be also written as a connections of limbic system. Okay, so I hope all of you are taking all care of for preventing yourself from coronavirus. So with this we will start today's topic. So today's learning objective here, mainly our concentration is on hypothalamus. Okay, so in hypothalamus, exam point of view, if you take this limbic system and hypothalamus, exam point of view, hypothalamus is very important. Okay, not only in physiology, anatomy, as well as in anatomy also it is important. Like connections will be mainly asked in anatomy. Okay, connection I am also telling, and also I have been in contact with your anatomy teacher. They also will be teaching you connections. So it will be, means there will be revision for you for the connections. And when it's come to physiology, in physiology there may be long question may be asked. In physiology, long question is asked generally on hypothalamus. There are many functions of hypothalamus are there. Each function may be asked as a short note also. Okay, so that is why all these are important. So our focus will be, we will be discussing about location of hypothalamic nucleus, then we will be discussing about connection, then we will be discussing about various function. Okay, then after hypothalamus we will be starting with the limbic system. Okay, then we will be discussing what are emotions. Okay, then mainly what are the various parts which you should concentrate in limbic system, that is amygdala, hippocampus and prefrontal lobes. Okay, and in short we will be discussing about applied aspect. Okay, so this will be our today's focus, how we will proceed. Okay, so we will start with the hypothalamus. Okay, so if you take hypothalamus, okay, like if you are taking hypothalamus, see, hypothalamus has a vast function. Okay, since we are concerned here with the limbic system, I will be telling you how it is controlling your emotions. See, this hypothalamus, if you study the connections of hypothalamus, it is having a huge connection with, you can say, mainly autonomic nervous system. Okay, it is, you can say, Sherrington has described hypothalamus as head ganglion of autonomic nervous system. Okay, so whenever autonomic nervous system is there, okay, like say simply speaking, emotion, you are getting angry, in that case your BP will change, heart rate will change. Okay, so that is one of the factor is through hypothalamus, through its connection to the autonomic nervous system. Okay, then not only that, like whenever, not only emotion, you are taking any stress. Okay, so there are certain hormones are released. Okay, so hypothalamus is having some neuroendocrine function also. Okay, then like this is their hormones are released, autonomic nervous system is activated. Not only that, if you take like any say sympathetic system, in that case your skeletal muscle tone is going to be activated. Okay, tone will be activated. Okay, so how it is possible? It is possible only because of its vast connection with autonomic nervous system, you can say endocrine portion, and also it is connected to the skeletal muscle through the connection with the brainstem. Okay, and there are various chemicals are there which we are going to study, which are there in the hypothalamus. Okay, so hypothalamus, you can say it is integrating your autonomic, endocrine and behavioral response. Okay, so behavioral response means how you are feeling. Okay, so hypothalamus is having a huge connection with the limbic system. Okay, so that is how hypothalamus is controlling the behavioral response. Okay, so all these connections we will study. So before that we will be studying in short about location, extent, and what is its position in the limbic system. Okay, so that we will study now. So first we will be studying about its location or extent. If you take hypothalamus, in many books you will find that hypothalamus is around 4 gram, but in some book you will find it about around 10 gram. Okay, so much small tissue is there. Okay, 4 gram to 10 gram hardly its weight, but it is controlling your vast portion. Okay, so that is your hypothalamus. Okay, so as the name suggests, hypothalamus, so it is located below the thalamus. Okay, if you take the location, all of you know this is your brainstem part. Okay, then here there is third ventricle. Here there is third ventricle. So by the side of the third ventricle, somewhere here, there are two thalami are there. Okay, now hypothalamus, its location is like this. So its location is like this. Okay, here I just want to show the location. Okay, so here it is around this ventricle. Okay, and here hypothalamus is situated. Okay, hypothalamus is situated here. Okay, now if you see here, you will see something like this. Okay, so this is what? This is pituitary gland. Okay, so this portion is hypothalamus. Okay, so it is extending. Here there is some which we will study now. Here there is one portion known as optic chiasma. Here there is one portion known as optic chiasma. So it is extending from optic chiasma to, you can say, midbrain, or here up to interpeduncular fossa. Okay, so this is your hypothalamus. Okay, so now how exactly is the hypothalamus? Okay, so this is the hypothalamus. Okay, now what are the various nucleus of hypothalamus? And before nucleus we will be studying about, like, say, okay, we will study first nucleus only. So here mainly thing you should understand that, see, whatever is, this is anterior. Okay, here your eyes are there. So everything anterior will be anterior group of nucleus, and posteriorly will be posterior group of nucleus. Okay, then there are some lateral group and medial group. Okay, so how is the division of this? Okay, so we will be coming to this. Okay, so various group of nucleus. Okay, but before starting with this, okay, we will just finish how is the location of hypothalamus in limbic system. Okay, so first we will finish it and then we will go to the various group of nucleus. Okay, so now our focus is its relation with the limbic system. So this is again a lateral view. Now here I will be drawing something like this is cingulate gyrus. Okay, first I will be taking in the midline. So this is corpus callosum. Okay, then somewhere here there is optic chiasma. Okay, so how it is generally. So if you take side view, so it is like this. Here there is pineal gland, then here superior colliculi, inferior colliculi. Here there is habenular nucleus are there. Here this is habenular nucleus, pineal gland, superior colliculi, inferior colliculi. Okay, so this is a lateral portion. Okay, and I have already told you that what is the hypothalamus. This portion. Okay, this portion you are going to call as hypothalamus. Okay, now this was exactly in midline. Okay, now since we want to study its relation to limbic system, okay, I will take somewhere at the level of olfactory tubercle. Okay, so olfactory tubercle means I am just going little bit deep, and again lateral section. So what will be now my lateral section here? Okay, now here this is cingulate gyrus. This is what? Cingulate gyrus. This is olfactory tubercle. What it is? Olfactory tubercle. Okay, and then this is your say this. This is this portion is mainly your temporal cortex. Okay, so this is like this you will see. Okay, now if you see here, okay, like this is temporal cortex. Okay, now if you see here, hypothalamus is located somewhere here. Okay, this portion is your hypothalamus. Okay, now here there are some structures are there. Like this structure I will draw. Okay, so this structure is hippocampus. What is this structure? Hippocampus. Okay, so whatever is around this you can call it as para hippocampal gyrus. Okay, then here somewhere there is amygdala. What it is? Amygdala. Okay, so this is the portion you will see. Okay, now what are the so all these are the portions of limbic system. Okay, if you take limbic system is forming a ring. So this is that ring. So this is a ring. Okay, so limbic system is forming a ring. Okay, and these are what you can say as subcortical structure. Okay, these are subcortical structure. And now if you see here in the subcortical structure, just see hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is almost in the center. Okay, all these are the this is a ring. Okay, then hypothalamus is in the center. Somewhere here it will be thalamus. Okay, then hippocampus is there, amygdala is there, then see olfactory tubercle. So here this portion, okay, this portion is known. Here there are septal nuclei. Okay, now this portion, just see here it is frontal and here it is above the orbit. Okay, so that you can call it as orbitofrontal cortex. Okay, so these are in general all these are your limbic system. Okay, and in the limbic system in the center there is hypothalamus. Okay, so there is a ring of cortex and in between there is a hypothalamus is there. Okay, so how are this structure looking exactly? Okay, so that I will show you now. This diagram again, it will be coming like so. This is a ring. Okay, so in the ring here it was cingulate gyrus. Here it was cingulate gyrus. Okay, then here you can call it as orbitofrontal cortex. Here it was parahippocampus gyrus. Parahippocampal gyrus. This portion which is just, you can say, around parahippocampus gyrus, that is uncus. Okay, so this is a ring of cortex. Okay, and in between here if you take, what is the central portion? Hypothalamus. Okay, now what was here? Hippocampus. What is here? Amygdala. Okay, what is here?
Thalamus.
And okay, thalamus, anterior nucleus of thalamus mainly. Okay, then here again, here you can say septal nuclei. Here some portion of basal ganglia is also coming. In some book, nucleus accumbens is also given. Okay, so this is a ring and in between some subcortical structures are there. Okay, so all this is a ring. This is your limbic system, and just see hypothalamus is occurring in the central. Hypothalamus is in the central of this limbic system. Okay, so I hope it is clear that hypothalamus has a key position in the limbic system. Now how its position is key, okay, it will become clear with the connections of the hypothalamus. Okay.